Hello on YouTube. It is Linda Joy here on Magical Mondays. Hello on Instagram. So streaming on a different platform on YouTube. The purpose
YouTube,
that
is Linda Joy.
So let me just put that on mute. And okay. So prior, I was going live on Facebook and Instagram. Now I'm going to go live on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, as well as Instagram. And also a couple of other changes today and each week for the Magical Monday is if you would like a private reading, and send me a message and we can actually do a private reading, or you can book via my website lindaben.com. And though from now on I won't be doing actual any private readings or cards for people here online live. So everything's about test and measure, right? And we are also, like I mentioned last week, we have several planets in retrograde, and so there's a lot of energy that's swirling around. So when planets go retrograde, that means a slowing down, and so that's also astrologically, or what the universe is telling you, in order for humanity to slow down. And so this is a time for you to slow down. So on the weekend, I actually did a digital detox. I went away camping in a national park where there was no internet, no phone service, and it was blissful. So I recommend everyone do that every now and again. I was well overdue, and so it was just great to actually switch off from all devices. And so that's my way of slowing down. Plus, on the 7th of September, I will be in Fiji for 8 nights. So that will be another slowdown. And interesting, it's still in the Mercury retrograde. So Mercury retrograde, this is a time to review everything that you're doing in your life, and reevaluating and slowing down and really feeling in to yourself of where the energy is flowing in your body and where it's getting stuck. Now, this Wednesday or Thursday, depending on where you live or your time zone, we have a super full moon, and it is on August the 30th, or August the 31st here in Australia. And with any full moon, it's all about letting go, surrender, clean out, release. And so this is a time to look at everything in your life. What's working, what's not working, what needs to clean out. Maybe it's decluttering your space. Maybe it's cleaning out old programs or things that you thought that were important. Just take a step back and feel into how does that feel, because with all the energies at the moment, and because we're in Virgo season, and Virgo is all about the left side, the analytical and very methodical and data, and it's very scientific. So what we want to do is use both sides of our brain, get into your right side, but also from your head brain to your heart brain to your gut brain. And on Wednesday, the 30th, I will be doing 2 presentations on this, connecting the 3 brains for your mental health, and also bringing in a quick introduction about my 5 R's. And this week it will be realign. So if you'd like to join me, I'll put a link in the comments on that for 1 p.m. Brisbane, Australia time, or 7 p.m. Brisbane, Australia time, and just convert that to your time zone wherever you are in the world. So, we're all a work in progress, right? And we're constantly peeling off the layers. And I've talked about in previous videos about the shadow side. And when you can really slow down and feel into what's happening in your body, and feel into where the energy may be stuck in your body, where does it feel heavy, what is causing pain or tension, or what is coming up for you when you scan your body. Okay, because when you can just take a step back and this is where, I've got several meditations on this, where you can just really slow down and feel into what's happening in your body. And the thing is, it changes on a daily basis. Everything that we do is constantly changing every moment of the day. And though it's your thoughts that are creating your future. So where your thoughts is where your attention goes, which is where your energy goes, which is what you're putting power into and creating. And so if you're worrying about things or getting caught up in the uncertainty or the doubt or the fear energy, just take a step back and go, stop. I choose love. Remember, there's only 2 emotions, love or fear. So if you feel fear coming up, take a step back. What do I choose? I choose love. I choose to be in a space of peace, love, and joy. And I trust that I'm being guided on every moment, every day, and I'm always protected and safe. And keep reminding yourself of that. And actually on the weekend, I was talking to someone and the subject came up about this new virus that's looming that could, and I choose to really choose my words wisely here. Anyway, you know what I'm about to say. And my response was, don't talk about it, don't give energy or power to it, because if people are talking about what could possibly happen in the future that is uncertain, that is fearful, that is, oh my God, what's going on in the external world out there, what you're doing is you're feeding energy into the fear mongering, and then you actually give it power and energy. Anything that you don't want, and if you're talking about what you don't want, you're actually giving energy and power to that. So stop, come back to your heart. What do you choose instead? And this is where on a conscious level, mass consciousness of all humans, if we all focus on exactly what we want going forward and feel into the love, peace, and joy and creating the earth, be the change that you choose to see in the world. You get to change. And we're constantly upgrading our conscious human operating system. We're peeling off those layers, and where all the planetary alignment is right now, it is bringing up our shadow parts of ourselves, those shadow aspects, where we get to look at those aspects and go, it's no longer serving me, and I choose to let it go. So use this time wisely, because this is such an amazing time on the planet. We all chose to be here at this time to witness what's going on in the world, the whole universe, and just know that you're always safe and protected. Okay, so when you are slowing down, and again, I really recommend journaling. Be aware of your dreams as well. And you may have a separate dream journal. Keep it by your bed. And any questions that you may have before you go to bed, well, just ask. By the morning, I choose to have clarity on this, or please show me, please guide me, please teach me. And before you open up your eyes in the morning, just recall the dream that you were dreaming about. And just before you consciously wake up, just reflect and what was the meaning, and then just write out what about your dream. And then there's a whole dream analysis where you can break it down. There's a whole bunch of questions, but I won't go into that right now because that's a separate video. Though you can analyze your own dream and get the answers. The other thing I recommend before bed is, at least 3 things you're grateful for, and then just ask the angelic team to help you to sleep soundly at night, all the way through. And this is where you don't need an alarm clock. You can just go, I choose to wake up at this time, and you will. Usually if you tell your body clock, I choose to wake up by, 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. or whatever it is. And if you set the alarm, I bet that you wake up 1 minute before that alarm, because you've already programmed your body. Okay, so this full moon being in Pisces, it's all about letting go. It's another super full moon. We've got 2 in August, so that's why the whole month of August has been an amazingly high energy, powerful month of releasing and letting go and bringing in the new and rebirthing from the beginning of the month to Lionsgate, to the end of the month, with all these retrogrades, with all the planetary alignment, and with Pisces, I believe Saturn is in Pisces as well. And so what that means is, think back, and we talked about the Saturn return in another video, but think back what you were doing in 1994 or 1996, that time in your life. And I know for me, that was a huge pivotal time in my life, and where I was nearly killed, and it was a very scary time. So reflecting back on that incident and where I wasn't in Australia at the time, though, and the fact that it was divine intervention that got me out of that situation. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. I'll reveal that story another time, so stay tuned. It will be in my book. It will be one of the paragraphs. Okay, I've had a very eventful life, this journey. So back to the full moon is Where are you at right now? What's working? What's not working? Like I say, every full moon is write out a list of everything that you choose to let go of. And looking at what is bringing your energy down. Maybe it's too many things on your to-do list. Maybe you're juggling too many projects. Maybe you've taken on too much and it's overwhelming, and you've put up your hand and going, oh, yes, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. Though it's too much. And this is a time just to stop and just slow down and use your discernment on what's important and what's not important, because some of those things may not be important, or you can delegate to others. And I know I'm this is one of my things, learning to delegate and then trusting that and relying on others that they will follow through and do what they said that they were going to do. So in regards to this full moon, is take a list, and then everything that you choose to let go of, burn it and let it go. Because this energy right now, it's very potent. Remember, we're in Mercury retrograde for 3 weeks, and this is a time to retreat and go within for yourself, and also be aware of any communication issues or misinterpretations, or where things are not going to plan, and again, let go and just surrender, don't take it all so seriously, and just lighten up, because and talking about lighten up is when you let go of all this heaviness and all the clutter in your head and all the to-do lists, well, then you allow more light in. When you let go of those old patterns and programs and shadow aspects of yourself, you allow more light into yourself. And like I said, go out into the sunshine, ground yourself in the grass, and that's another way of letting more light into your body. Deep breath. So I will choose a card for everyone, and I'm going to use the Sacred Light Oracle. These are Ascension cards, and it's very beautiful artwork. Look at these, it's such gorgeous cards, and very profound messages. So this is, and thank you to those who are watching. And okay. And also please subscribe and share with others if you're enjoying this content. I will be doing a more shorter snips as well, though I'm trying out a new format. So let me know if this works for everyone. Okay. I just realized it's on private, so interesting. Okay. Cathedral of Light. Interesting. So the message on this says stubborn attitudes, extending the olive branch, and artistry. Wow. So because I know that Taurus is also one of the planets that's ruling right now. Taurus is all about stubbornness. And so is there any stuck energy that you're being stubborn on and being self-righteous about in regards to a situation that you need to let go of for this full moon. And so just ask yourself, and extending the olive branch, this is your opportunity in order to, say sorry, or I apologize, and reach out to whoever has hurt you, or someone who's wronged you. It's about you forgiving them as well as forgiving yourself. And the whole intent of forgiveness is to free you up from that energy, because if you're carrying that resentment and anger and rage or frustration inside of you, or even the guilt and the shame, well, guess who it's hurting? You. And what happens in your energy body, it brings your energy vibration down, and the vibration and frequency, as well as your immune system, which then leads to illness or disease or pain in your body. So as a body worker and energy worker for many years, people would come to me constantly every single day with pain in their body. And it's all about shifting the pain and releasing the emotions. Now, this is where you can take responsibility for your own health and wellness by shifting that pain yourself. And this is where I empower my clients, and I teach them how to do this. And I give them self-care exercises so that their healing and the corrections and the balancing continues days, weeks, and months after they've seen me. And just to monitor what's happening in their energy field. So I urge you to actually be aware of what's going on in your physical body, because it is the barometer of the soul, and everything. This is your barometer. And if you woke up with a headache or not feeling good, what's going on in your thoughts? What's going on in your body, because this is where it's manifested in your body. And look at any areas where you are really feeling self-righteous and stubborn about they did this to me. Take a step back, remember, and we're in Mercury retrograde, so be careful about how you respond or react or communicate, and because that energy may be misinterpreted. And when you come back to your heart and operate from a place of love, well, then you either don't send that email, or you soften it and say it in a more loving, caring way. So let's have a look at what the meaning of this card is in the book, Cathedral of Light. And it's a cathedral is a large and beautiful place of worship, often filled with beautiful stained glass windows, ancient architectural, historical, religious figures, and sacred rituals. The Cathedral of Light is just as you might imagine, a beautiful building filled with glorious colors, resonating at pure vibrational light energy, lifting the heaviest and darkest of energies when you sit within its beautiful space. Through the void, the Cathedral of Light is accessible through meditation and in deep trance states. Surrounded by universal light codes, its high energy and creative coding encourages ingenuity, magical inspiration, and originality. The Cathedral of Light brings new life by adjusting conservative views and beliefs. I think I pronounced that incorrectly. Ingenuity. Let me know. The Grecian beauty and green ray Lady Master Pallas Athena directs those who choose to enter to purify, recharge, and illuminate areas that have been previously hidden. Initiating this energetic dispersion refracts remnants of dense lower energy into a sacred light, and it is simply magical. I love these confirmations. Ascended Master Pallas Athena ask you to embrace your inner warrior, extend the olive branch before you dig in and defend your territories. Lower energies and thought forms that have become a constant disruption to your everyday routines must be attacked head on. Interest in the medieval cathedrals and sacred and ancient architecture highlight a need to visit these sacred spaces and the Cathedral of Light, allowing the refractions of its beauty to permeate your aura. The message from the masters is beauty may shine first, but light will always shine the brightest. And the affirmation is, my light is radiant. My body removes toxins with ease and comfort. So that pretty much sums up, this full moon that we're going through. It's all about cleaning out those darker areas, right? To bring in more light. And what this card basically summed up is that when you bring in more light, you will create more magical moments, which is why I created Magical Mondays. It's all about lifting up the energy vibration. And when you can come back to your heart and radiate your heart light energy out, you lift the energy vibration and frequency, not just for you, but for those around you and also the planet. And that's my purpose of doing this soul work, because how I work with people is realigning them back to their heart, to their soul, and to their soul's mission on why they came here, what their purpose is, and connecting them back to their true authentic self. And the truth will set you free. So when you're true to yourself and truly look at the areas where you are resisting, the areas that you may be holding on to that are not serving you or not for your highest good and destiny, stop, take a step back, deep breath, and then make a new choice. I choose this, and make a new choice, a new command, and set that intention. Okay, so, and especially if you are in overwhelm, if you are in fear or doubt or feeling any of these energies or emotions or anger that's coming up for you, just take a step back and to shift that energy, move your body, because the more you can move, the more you can stretch, the more you can just shift that energy and shake it out and cleanse and just do a dance, go for a walk, jump on a trampoline. Actually, that's what I did on the weekend. I jumped on one of the big trampolines, the big round ones, and it was so much fun. Though here at home, I've got a little mini trampoline, and which is also very good for your lymphatics. So it's really good. But do anything you can to shift the energy. Maybe it's running up and down the stairs. Maybe it's doing star jumps. Maybe it's just doing 30-second, high knee run. Whatever works for you, whatever helps to shift the energy, well, do that. And it doesn't have to be, a 2-hour workout. Just go for a quick walk around the block, power walk. Up a hill, down a hill, whatever it is. So I love that card because it is just a summary of what we were just talking about, especially with this super full moon. And when you can just surrender and let go of maybe the old program, the story that's keeping you stuck, and just ask yourself, am I digging my heels in? Am I being stubborn? Am I being self-righteous? Am I throwing a little tantrum? I saw actually, yeah, there's a few situations in the last few days where I've seen these men throw tantrums, and they're just throwing their power around. But really what's happening is their inner child is angry and frustrated, but they express in a way which is very childish, but it's all to try and disempower the other. And so if this has struck a chord with you or triggered you, maybe ask, are you throwing a tantrum at the moment? And what does your little boy or girl require right now? And remember, the truth will set you free. It's not about being right. It is about honoring your truth and honoring the truth in your heart of hearts. And because what happens is sometimes people want to justify and hold on to what they believe in order to avoid shame or guilt or not looking good. And so this is where those lies come up, or the little white lies, or the stories, or the fabricated stories. And just ask yourself, is that coming up for you? There's a few situations I can think of right now. So just ask, is that resonating with you? Okay, I'm going to choose another card from the Good Tarot. And this has got a short, sharp message. And thank you everyone for watching. And thank you for being on Instagram as well. And happy Monday. Okay. So. Seven of Water. Again, we got the Mermaid. Beautiful. And the fish swimming around. So, yeah, water's a big thing at the moment. And yeah, I love being in the water. Actually, on the weekend, what I did is swam in the waterfall, fresh water, into this stream and the pond and the creek. Oh, absolutely magical. So the Seven of Water is all about imagination, fantasy, artistic endeavors, and co-creative abilities unleashed. The message is, now is the time to tune into the infinite possibilities that exist and begin to play with them. Everything begins in the world of imagination, and I seize the opportunity to dream. I allow my intuition and desire to blend in an alchemical way, forming something new. Castles in the air can become castles on the ground. When I release rigidity, bend the rules, and remain flexible and open, limitations and boundaries give way to manifestation. Spirit never doubts the power of possibility, and neither will I. So another beautiful confirmation of really releasing anything that is rigid or stuck or resistant, and recognize that within yourself and release it, let it go. And this Wednesday for the full moon, write everything down, write down where you feel stuck or frustrated about a situation, and then burn it. And also ask the question before you go to sleep, and then be aware of your dreams when you wake up. So, and your mind, this card, it's all about your imagination. You get to create and choose your reality. You get to choose your future. And if whatever's not working for you in your life, when you release it and let it go, well, then what do you choose to replace it with? And that's exciting, because you get to create. You get to create exactly what you choose to create. Now, some of my clients are going through relationship endings, breakups, and there's a lot of souls, and it doesn't matter how many years you've been together. And when your soul contract is up, the soul contract is up. But some people resist and think, I've invested 30 years or how many years. But then, really be true to you. And what do you choose to create for the next 30 years in your life? And if you're miserable and unhappy and sad and feeling grief and sorrow, how many more years do you choose to be in that situation? And be true to you, be true to your heart. And like I said, the truth will set you free. And just always know that you're protected and safe. Okay, I will choose one more card from the Keepers of the Light, and then I will finish up. But in regards to relationships, sometimes you're moving on different paths, and life is so short. Do on the weekend, I read this, I think it was a post on Facebook about this taxi driver who picked up this little old lady from this house, and he was going to drive off, but he thought, no, I'll go and I'll wait, and then went and knocked on the door, and she was in her 90s. And then he noticed that everything, like inside, there was sheets over, there was nothing. It's like no one lived there. And she just had one suitcase. And then she gave him the address to take her to this. Well, he didn't know at the time, but then she told him that she was going to the hospice. And because she said, can you drive by downtown? And he said, well, it's not the quickest way. And she said, I don't care. And when she shared that she was on her way to hospice, and she just wanted to go for one last drive through town. Oh, I can feel myself getting emotional. So, and he turned off the meter, and they drove for 2 hours and she pointed out all these different buildings and everything about what she'd done in her life and what that building used to be, or that she spent time there and there. And when he dropped her off, he gave her a hug, and she said, "How much do I owe you?" And he said, "Nothing." And this is just how life is so short, so short. So please be true to yourself. If you're in a situation or a circumstance that is really bringing your energy down, that is hurting you, that is destructive, or even if you're doing that to yourself, stop. Connect with your heart and just ask, what would love do? And tap into your higher self, and trust that the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, your God team, whoever you believe in, the universe, spirit, source, you are so loved and you're so protected and you're safe at all times. But that you get to make the choices on this journey that we call life, and the choices you make will take you in different directions, which will then give you a different experience or outcome from that choice. And just know that you're always guided. Even if you don't make the best choice, Spirit will actually make sure that you get the best possible outcome from that choice, and then steer you back onto your path, Okay, I will choose one more card and then we will finish up. Diana. So this is one of the ascended masters, and it's all about focused intention. So focusing on exactly what you want. Okay. So think about what you desire and set your sights high, and expect the best possible outcome, just like I talked about. Just whatever you put your energy into, that's where your energy and your power goes. So expect the best possible outcome for yourself, for your dreams, and trust your inner guidance. So the extended message of this is move forward with unwavering faith, knowing that the universe is supporting you. Diana is helping you awaken your divine ability to manifest what you deserve. Any fear is only a reminder that whatever you are working on or through is an important issue for your growth. Your focus is strong now and will be particularly powerful at the full moon. Well, isn't it interesting? We just chose this card. You may be aware of the night owl tendencies. This is because your angels and guides are sending you important messages that you may be missing during the day due to a busy schedule. Set some time aside to do a deep meditation to receive the guidance. Well, that's a beautiful wrap up and confirmation of everything that we've been talking about today. And yeah, I don't need to say any more. So thank you. I wish you a magical week. Enjoy this super full moon on Wednesday or Thursday, depending on where you are in the world. And do your writing, do your journaling, do your dream journal, take a step back, do your meditation to see exactly what you choose to let go of for this full moon. Have a magical week wherever you are in the world, sending you much love. Many blessings always, and I look forward to seeing you next Monday where we will be in September. So very exciting and new energy. There's a lot happening energetically. So please take care of you. Do lots of self-care, nurturing, loving, gentle things that you can do to nurture yourself and nurture your heart, your soul. And if there's stuff coming up for you, just be gentle with yourself, because this time is all about slowing down and going within, reflecting, and see it as a shedding. You know, when a snake sheds its skin, when you're in meditation, just have that visual in your mind of, whew, I choose to let this go and just shed that old skin, that layer of, and let go of those suitcases, let go of the baggage, let go of that heaviness that's bringing your light down, bringing your energy down. Because remember, you are full of love and light. And anything that's bringing your energy vibration down, let it go, clean it out, and that will allow more light to come in to lighten up those cells in your body. Also, on another note, this tomorrow night, Tuesday night, Brisbane, Australia time, as well as Friday lunchtime, I will be giving a presentation on Palawa healing, which is an enlightenment modality that shifts consciousness, expands awareness, connects all 12 strands of DNA. I will speak more about that, and I may live stream it to YouTube as well, and share the presentation. So depending on your time zone, if you see the presentation, then you can always message me and ask more questions. I will finish up and say goodbye for now, sending much love, many blessings.